Hey guys, CupOfRobots here. I'm so excited to talk to you today about Outriders. If you want to see live gameplay and learn more about loadouts, builds, and lore, make sure you follow me at twitch.tv/CupOfRobots. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. SquareEnix just dropped a ton of info about the impending April 1st release, including details on preloading and launch times, what's changed between the demo and final release, Hell's Rangers loot, item restoration for people who lost legendaries, post-launch support and patches, and their policy on cheating and hacking. There's a lot to get into, so let's jump in. Let's start with preloading and launch timings because we all want to know when we can get the game in our hands. Xbox players will be happy to know that they can start preloading as of this recording. That's March 25th. PlayStation players can preload beginning 48 hours in advance of release time. Currently haven't let us know about Steam preloading, and they say that Epic Game Store preloading is not currently possible. As far as launch times, there's going to be a rolling midnight unlock for consoles. PlayStation and Xbox consoles will unlock at midnight on April 1st for your specific territory. Next, in this Reddit post, SquareEnix detailed what has changed between the latest demo build and the launch day builds of Outriders. SquareEnix provided a condensed overview on Reddit, but said that the launch day build contains a multitude of additional general improvements, balancing bug fixes and crash resolutions. Lots of demo content bug fixes, including, for example, mods on some legendary weapons not triggering properly, balancing changes for various items, mods, enemy stats, and loot drops. Crossplay will no longer be in beta and will be on by default. DirectX 12 will be the default on PC. Added a quick mark functionality to your inventory that this will allow you to mass mark all items based on their rarity in one or two button presses rather than needing to mark items individually, which will still be possible. I, for one, really welcome this change. I talked about it a lot when I was playing the demo on Twitch. Improvements to the cover system, improvement to travel voting system used when in a group. They added information about internal cooldown mechanics for mods to their descriptions. As far as patches and post-launch content, there was enough info in this section of the post for its own video, so I'm only going to focus on the day one patch. This is a patch that they hope to have integrated into preloading even before launch. If everything goes to plan, you won't have to download this on day one, but there is a possibility that the patch will release on April 1st and will therefore require an additional download. But what's in it? Let's check it out. Many bug fixes and improvements with a particular focus on the latter sections of the game. Performance improvements for pacing and stuttering that was observed during the demo. Camera smoothing improvements for cutscenes and dialogues. Cutscene and dialogue frame rate. PC cutscenes will have an option to choose from 30, 60, 90, and 120 frames per second. Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5 cutscenes will be locked at 60 frames per second. Xbox One and PlayStation 4 cutscenes will remain locked at 30 frames per second. Item restoration for players who lost their legendaries. As they mentioned in a previous dev update, SquareEnix intends to restore legendaries to players who lost them as a result of a specific bug. This restoration is taking place right now as part of today's maintenance, Thursday, March 25th. The restoration is a one-off event for the global player population. Restoration will take place on March 25th and will restore any legendaries lost before March 22nd. Only legendary weapons that were lost can be restored. There were some instances of exceptions that were talked about as well, and I'll have a link in the description to the full Reddit post if you want to find out more. Hell's Rangers pre-order bonus info was also included. This pre-order bonus is pretty substantial. It includes the Hell's Rangers male and female gear sets, the Hell's Rangers arsenal of 11 unique guns, the Hell's Rangers truck mods, and decals. The content will become available via your stash for anyone who owns it. This means that even if you progress through the story without it, you will not miss out on acquiring it in-game. They ask you to note that this gear is level locked to level 10, so you'll need to meet this requirement, achieving level 10 or playing on certain level boosting world tiers, before you're able to use it. And finally, they talked about their policy on cheating and hacking. Now, I'm going to read directly from the post, so there is no room for interpretation here. SquareEnix says, since the demo launch, this has been a hotly debated topic. So we wanted to provide some perspective on it, as well as outline our policy regarding cheating and hacking going forward. In future, your HUD will have a discrete but visible watermark placed on it so that gameplay footage created on this account can be readily identified as coming from a flagged account. All accounts will be checked for evidence of cheat use on launch day, April 1st, and then at regular intervals thereafter. Any account logs found to have evidence of cheating on them on or after launch day will be permanently branded. And there you have it. That's only an overview of what was detailed in the post today, and I strongly suggest you check out the complete discussion on Reddit. I have a link in the description below. There's going to be a lot more Outriders content on this channel going forward, so make sure you subscribe and enable notifications for the latest info on lore, builds, and loadouts. Thanks for watching.